Hello, welcome back to the podcast. I am so excited for today's episode because if you have been trying to build habits that help you maintain that tidy home, this is going to be the episode you're looking forward to. We are not trying to achieve perfection every day, but when we can build simple habits that start to become automatic and just part of what we do without even thinking about it, we start to create a home environment that stays presentable and even company ready at almost all times. Now, there are going to be some instances where things might fall apart a little bit, but you can usually get your home presentable within 15 minutes or so by simply being intentional about the habits you are creating and then practicing those over and over. And eventually, you are going to do these things without even thinking about it. And that sounds pretty great, right? So, today I'm actually sharing 4 cleaning habits that you can try that will help you maintain a tidy home with minimal effort. Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renae Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast. Now, before we get into the actual content of today's episode, I do want to share a quick review that we had on Apple Podcasts. And this is from Tacos Time 4. And the review says it's 5 stars, and it's so glad I found this. I just started listening to The Routine Advantage, and it's been a game changer. Renee Matt gets right to the heart of everyday chaos, whether it's unending chores or the morning rush, and offers straightforward strategies to manage it all. Her tips on setting up simple routines are down to earth and genuinely seem to work. It's nice to finally feel like I'm not just running on a hamster wheel, but actually making time for what matters most. Excited to keep listening and keep improving my daily life. And I don't know who Tacos Time 4 is, but I so appreciate this review. This makes me so happy that it is helping you already, even though you've only listened to, I'm guessing, just a few episodes if you just started listening to it. But I am just so grateful for you taking the time to do this. And when you leave a rating or a review, that is what is going to help the algorithm push the show out to more people that are looking for this type of podcast. And it helps me to reach more people to impact. And I am just so appreciative. So if you have not yet taken the time to leave a rating or a review, I would ask you and ask you to please do that, because it does mean so much. You can do it on any podcast app that you listen on. Some of them don't allow you to actually write a written review. And if you would like to do that with words, you can still leave the rating. Like you can do the 5 star rating or whatever on your app usually. But if it doesn't allow you to do a written review and you want to share with me like certain pieces of the podcast or how it's impacted you or how you're enjoying it, I would love to hear from you. You can either email me, and that email is in the show notes, or you can actually go to speakpipe.com/the routine advantage podcast, and you can leave us an audio clip which is just amazing. And then I can hear your voice and you can tell me exactly how it's impacted you or what you like about the show. And I would just be very grateful to hear from you. Okay, now getting into the actual episode for today. It's all about cleaning habits. And now this is going to be outside of our daily 7 home routine. And if you have not heard about the daily 7 home routine, you're going to want to go back into the episodes prior to this and check those out, because that is going to be super helpful in building that daily routine to set that rhythm so that you can really just go through and reset your home with those big priorities. But having additional cleaning habits that are more spread throughout the day is going to be very impactful for you to help maintain that tidy home. Because with our daily 7 home routine, that is a very quick routine that we want to do in 30 minutes or less. Now, sometimes we don't have a full 30 minutes. And even when we do, we want to be able to maintain our home throughout the day, because if we just wait and let everything pile up all throughout the day, our daily 7 home routine is going to take a lot more effort to do. Where if we start building habits into our day and kind of keeping on top of a lot of things, it helps us to be much more efficient when it comes to our daily 7 home routine, and it doesn't seem as daunting of a task. And once you are really intentional about building these habits into your day, it might feel like a lot of effort in the beginning. However, once you do this and you do it repeatedly and you maintain that consistency over time, it truly becomes something that you just do automatically and you no longer even think about it. I had to really like sit and think about what are some things that we do that I have not really intentionally done in a long time that is just automatic for us. And I came up with these four. Now, this does not take everything into account, but these are four that are going to totally change the game for you if you don't already do something like this. So, we're going to go through four cleaning habits to maintain a tidy home with minimal effort. And like I said, disclaimer, it might feel like more effort in the beginning, but once you get these habits in place, it feels like minimal effort for sure. Okay. Number one is regular tidy ups. Now, you can call this whatever you want, regular cleanups, rather regular tidy ups, regular um like straightening, like whatever you want to call it, but it's just regularly doing a little bit each day. And a lot of times you want to do this throughout the day, but you want to do it at kind of a point in the day that is pretty consistent. So you might think about doing this after any meal or any snack time. Maybe it's after playtime or during nap time. Maybe it's before bedtime, but what this is just taking a few minutes. This is not saying tidy up for an hour every, morning, afternoon, and evening. This is literally like a 5-minute routine. Sometimes it might take a couple extra minutes. Sometimes it might not even take a full 5 minutes. But this is just doing little regular tidy ups. So, like, for instance, in the morning, you might come down into the kitchen and unload the dishwasher and then make sure any dishes that are in the sink are just put into the dishwasher. That is something super quick that can be done right away in the morning, and eventually as soon as you walk into the kitchen, that's just going to be what you do is you go straight to the dishwasher, you unload it, and you get it ready, and now it's open for dirty dishes throughout the day. Maybe it is right after lunch where you have lunch and then your routine is to tidy up the kitchen, reset the kitchen, and then be done. Maybe it is when you are walking through the living room, you see some random socks that somebody's kicked off at the end of the couch. Instead of waiting until it's time to do your daily 7 home routine, you just grab those socks and you throw them in the laundry basket. Now, if it can be something that is done quickly, then just do it right away. If it's going to take just a minute, to put something away or to clean something off, just go ahead and do it because it's going to be so much faster than letting it build up and having multiple things compound. And then all of a sudden, you have to tackle all these different things when it comes time to doing your daily 7 home routine. However, if it is something that just needs to be wiped up quick or picked up and thrown in a basket or put into, a drawer or a cabinet, wherever it goes, if it can be done very quickly, you can do it without really thinking about it. And it doesn't really impact you very much at that moment. And then when it comes time to doing your daily 7 home routine, you have a lot less to clean up at that time. So it just makes it so much more efficient and it helps you to maintain that tidy home throughout the day. And this is something that can be done not just by you, but you can help teach your children to do this with you. So it's something that they can easily do themselves because it's going to make chore time a lot easier when it comes time to do that. If it is something that can't be necessarily done right away, where it would impact you a little bit more, maybe it's something that you can just set aside and then put it away later. So, for instance, sometimes there are things that are in our like dining room or kitchen, like well, I'll give you an example. So, our my husband has battery operated like lawn devices like the leaf blower and his weed whacker or weed whip or whatever it's called, those are battery operated. And we live in Minnesota, so it's often very cold. And we actually don't even have electricity running to our shed. So he usually has to bring those in to charge the batteries before they go back into our basement into his like tool shop like area. There's like a closet down there that he puts all of his tools in. So, one of the things that happens quite often, and especially through the summer, is that he will do the lawn care, and then he brings it in and has all of those batteries plugged in and recharging. Well, then they're sitting on the counter. So when it comes time that he has already turned them off, they're done charging. When it comes time to bringing those down to the basement, sometimes I'm passing by, I notice that they're done charging, but I am doing something that it's going to take a little bit too much time for me to grab them and get them put away before I can move on to my next thing. Like something's rushing or I'm just too busy to do it at the moment. So, what I like to do is just grab all of those and I put them by the top of the stairs of the basement. So, some things might accumulate there a little bit, but then the next time that I'm going down to the basement, I grab all of that stuff at the top of the stairs and I bring it down with me. And then it's quick to just put it away where it goes, do what I need to do in the basement, and come back up. And that might be the case for you as well. If you are bringing things upstairs and you have to go put these things away, you just don't have time to do it. Gather some of those items up, put them at the bottom of the stairs. You can use a basket if you want to, but put those things there. So then the next time you're heading up the stairs, don't just pass them by. When you are heading up the stairs, grab those things, bring them with you, and put them away where they go. And then that is going to help build this habit of kind of maintaining that tidiness throughout the day. In your home, no matter where you are in your home. And this becomes like when you see this, other people in your family are going to start to do the same thing because they're going to get really familiar with this habit. And then number two, the second thing you want to do is you want to create a simple dinner routine to help keep it tidy. There is nothing worse than getting to the end of the day and then making dinner and having this super ginormous mess and then being totally exhausted after you sit down, you have dinner, and now you've relaxed, you're tired, you just ate, so you're feeling a little, full. And then you look at your kitchen and it's just a disaster and it looks like a bomb went off in there. And now you have to somehow summon the energy to go in and clean it up. And then sometimes it just seems like too much of a task. You leave the dishes and you're like, I'll just do them in the morning. That is like the worst because then you are not going to sleep as well as you could have being fully rested and relaxed. And then you're going to wake up to a mess in the morning. And that just does not start your day off well. So, what I like to do is when we go in to make dinner, we want to make sure that the dishwasher is unloaded if it has not been unloaded already. If it has been ran and there's clean dishes in there, we want to put those away right away. That is not something you want to do after you have made dinner because now all of your dishes have built up on the counter or in the sink because there was no place for those to go. So before you start dinner, make sure your dishwasher is unloaded or your dishes are put away if you let them air dry or you wash them by hand or anything like that. So make sure all the clean dishes are put away and then when you are making dinner, you want to have a big sink full of hot soapy water and wash as you go. This might sound a little bit crazy, but I can guarantee you it makes such a big difference because not only are you not waiting for all that food to get crusted on there as it cools, but you are like keeping your space really clean as you go and it helps keep the mess at bay for afterwards. Now, if you have a dishwasher, you could also just rinse some things off and then plug those into the dishwasher as you go. So, what you're doing is you're just trying to keep minimal dishes for after dinner is served. So once you do that, then once dinner is over, you really only have what you used at the table or the pans or whatever that your meal was actually in. This is very minimal. So because you've pretty much done all the dishes that you could, this is a really great time to just rinse off what you need to, put the rest in the dishwasher, or just wash those remaining pots and pans and wipe off the counters. It becomes so easy to clean up after dinner time. So then once your dishes are done and your counters are wiped off, then you can easily just turn out the light. We have like the under cabinet lighting that was in our house when we moved here, and I absolutely love it. It's just like those little details. But if you wanted to, if you don't have under cabinet lighting, you might have, like the oven, like the hood range light that you could turn on. You could get like a cute little lamp that goes on your counter, but then you can turn off the main lights and just put those little lights on and that give you that like closed kitchen feel. And then you know that everything is reset, everything is clean and tidy, and you are done in the kitchen. And then you are set to go. So when you wake up in the morning, you can walk into a nice, clean kitchen. It is an amazing feeling. And if you don't have that routine in place already, that is such a good one because it is just so easy and it starts your next day off on a good foot, on the right foot, in a good way. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say. It just starts the day off right. Okay, cleaning habit number 3 is to keep your cleaning supplies handy. Now, when we have to go and gather all our cleaning supplies to clean the bathroom or do anything, it makes it a bigger chore and it feels like a bigger thing to have to do. But when we are able to keep what we need really close by, then it makes it so much easier to just wipe something up very quickly. So, for instance, like let's say this is near a bathroom. Now, obviously, if you have kids, you have to be careful about what cleaning supplies you have. Make sure they're non toxic or they're up high enough. The kids aren't going to get them if you have little ones, things like that, but I'm trusting that you know what you what you need in your house. But for like us, we have a linen closet right outside of the bathroom upstairs. So I make sure that I have glass cleaner and I have my actual like spray bathroom cleaner right in that cabinet next to a stack of like microfiber cloths and also like this like oxygen cleaner scrubby powder that works super well to clean the bathroom or like the shower, the soap scum in the shower, and then some magic erasers. And I have all of those things on the top shelf in our linen closet right next to the bathroom. So if our bathroom is looking a little rough, even if it's not time for the daily 7 home routine when I do this, I can still just grab those things. I can grab the cleaner, I can grab a rag, and I can wipe everything down. It takes 2 minutes. And then it's not this big process of cleaning the bathrooms. I can just wipe it down because it needs it and it's convenient and it only takes 2 minutes out of my day. And then it feels much better to go into the bathroom when it's nice and clean. So that is just a simple thing you can do to keep those cleaning supplies handy where you need them. Don't make it difficult to clean your bathroom or your kitchen or wherever it is. If you need multiple sets, grab some multiple sets or get smaller bottles and divide it up so you don't have to be buying multiple big bottles of cleaners. Like, keep it super simple, but keep it convenient. And then you will find that you're going to do that more often because if you have to walk all the way across the house or you have to walk down to the basement and grab your bucket of cleaners and then haul it up to the bathroom and then get everything done and then bring that back or that rag back and you've run out of paper towels or whatever it is, it's just a lot more hassle to go and clean the bathroom, where that might take you 5 to 10 minutes, whereas just having everything there and handy, you can just grab it and have it all done and finished and like start to finish, you can have it all done in 2 minutes. Like it's so much faster. So that is just something to keep in mind. Like if something feels inconvenient, figure out how to make it more convenient. And then habit number 4 is to do regular 10-minute declutter hunts. Now, this is where you can focus specifically for trash or donations or you can do both. So, if you're going to do if you're going to do both for this declutter hunt, basically what you're going to do is you are going to grab 2 bags or 2 boxes. One is going to be dedicated to donations, one is going to be dedicated to trash. Okay. And then you are literally going to set your timer for 10 minutes. And all you're going to do is you are going to challenge yourself to fill them as far as you can or as full as you can in 10 minutes. And that's all it is. And then you can get rid of the trash. You can put the donations. You can either put them by your donation box that you already have set up, or you can literally just go and put them in your trunk and set a timer or a calendar, or like a you can schedule it on your calendar. Wow, I can't talk today. You can schedule it on your calendar when you're going to do that drop off so you don't forget about it. And then the next time you are driving by that donation center, you can just drop it off because, again, it takes so much less time than we think. We make this big task out of so many different things that really only take just a small amount of time. So when we stay on top of those things, they don't build up and then it becomes more consistent and then it's a lot less of a hassle and things stay a little more organized and feeling less stressful because we are on top of these things. So that is something that I love doing and it can truly just kind of be however you want it to be. You can focus on one room, you can focus on, just the desk, you can focus on just spreading it out throughout the house and running through and just grabbing whatever you see that needs to get out of there that you don't need anymore and just clear things out. And you can do these periodically. You can do them whenever things are starting to feel a little bit too chaotic or cluttered. Like if you are in the mood to get rid of stuff, this is an amazing time to do this because you can fill those bags and boxes up so much faster than if you're in the mood to like kind of hold on to things and you're feeling pretty sentimental. Like you kind of have to gauge what you're feeling, but this is also kind of a fun one to do with your family members. Give your kids bags and boxes, give your husband bags and boxes and send him out to the garage. Whatever you want to do, like make it fun and go and just do the donation drop off and then stop and grab a treat or go see the Christmas lights. We're kind of in that season right now. Like there are fun things you can do as kind of a little reward to doing these things and getting your home more tidy and decluttered. So that is just a fun thing to do. So hopefully these kind of gave you some inspiration or encouragement to just build those little habits in your life that you can start to repeat and like focus on one especially. Start repeating that and do it over and over and over and all of a sudden you're going to find that you don't even have to think about it anymore and then when you're not thinking about it anymore, you can focus on adding the next one in and you can go from there and just see how much easier it makes life and how much like cozier and more tidy your home feels when you are doing these things because you're not going to be stressed if somebody calls and says, "Hey, I'm in the area. Can I just stop in?" You're not going to feel like they're walking into like a hoarders episode. You're going to feel like it's like, "Yeah, I that's totally fine. Just stop in." And even if it is not exactly how you want it for company, you probably have just a couple of things that you could tidy up and you're going to be just fine because you've already put these habits into place. You're doing your regular daily 7 home routine, and this is just going to make life so much more carefree and easier and make you happier all the time. So, a quick recap of those 4 cleaning habits to maintain a tidy home with minimal effort is number 1, do regular tidy ups. Try to find certain times throughout the day that you're doing this outside of your daily 7 home routine. Look at maybe doing it regularly after meals or snacks, after playtime, before bedtime, or whenever works for you. Just do regular ones throughout the day at the times that work best for you. Number 2 is to create a simple dinner routine that will help you keep it tidy and do most of the dishes prior to actually sitting down for dinner. And then number 3 is to keep cleaning supplies handy. And number 4 is to do regular 10-minute declutter hunts. And that is what I have for you today. I hope these were helpful for you. I would love to hear from you if you have other things that you do regularly. I would love to hear from you. If you want to come join us in our free Facebook community, you can do that at facebook.com/groups/the routine advantage community. And I will see you on the next episode.